What is going on, everyone? Thank you so much for coming back today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day just to click on today's video. Man, it truly, truly means the world to me. I know I say this every time, and I'm sorry. It's like a broken record, but truly, I appreciate it. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you guys clicking on today's video. But man, I am so ashamed to be doing this review in 2023. The show I'm talking about that came out is Blackbird. It came out in 2022. It is an Apple TV original. And I cannot say enough great things about this show. Now, this is going to be a no spoilers, so you don't have to worry about stopping it at a certain point and going and watching the show. I'm not going to ruin anything for you guys. I want you guys to watch it. Right now, it does have a setting rating on Rotten Tomatoes of a 98 audience, which is absolutely absurd and amazing. But no, it follows the life of Jimmy Keen, who's played by Tanner Egerton. You may know him from several roles, such as The Kingsman. I'm going to get into character development in a second. You have Ray Liotta, who plays Keen's dad. You have Greg Kinnear, who plays the detective trying to solve the murder mystery. And then you have Larry Hall, the convicted serial killer, who is played by Paul Walker Hauser. This cast is absolutely phenomenal. It is such a great cast. You have so many other supporting characters as well that just all add up to this murder mystery, which is just truly astounding. This is 100% based on a true story. But as the show starts off, you're introduced to Jimmy Keen. Now, Jimmy, the character development from him is, at the very beginning, he is a drug and narcotic seller. He has this swagger about him. He can get any lady he wants. He can just, like, a smooth talking guy. The DEA kicks in his door, arrests him. His dad is an ex-cop, also still has ties to the mob. So he tells Jimmy, look, the max sentence is going to be 10 years. Cops take care of cops. Basically, what they're going to do is they're going to give you 5 years. You'll probably walk in 2 years on good behavior. So Jimmy takes the plea deal to go to prison. As the sentencing is coming down, the judge comes down hard on him and gives him the max 10 years in prison. The character development from seeing the Jimmy with swagger and just a certain walk and a certain smirk on his face changed to this humbled and just like, can't believe this happened to me, and just defeated other guy. Is just, that whole transformation is just a true, like, amazing thing to watch. Greg Kinnear, you're introduced to Greg Kinnear as he is called onto a scene of a dead body, one of a girl named Jessica Roach that was found in a cornfield. She was actually found by some workers that were working the field. So you're introduced to him coming onto the scene to investigate the crime. As we're introduced to Larry Hall, Larry Hall is obviously mentally slow. He's mentally unable to think for himself. He has a hard time distinguishing between what is fact and what is a dream. So a lot of these serial killings that had happened in the town or around, he confesses to them. And so he confesses to him, but then he also will recant his statement and say that didn't happen, it was just a dream. So it becomes very frustrating for the investigators to try to solve these murders of these missing girls because they can't get an actual statement from him. There's a lot of wasted time that Larry Hall did as far as driving them up and down roads because he was trying to tell them where the bodies were hidden, where he was buried. He couldn't do it, so they got very frustrated with them. So the whole plot of the show is that Jimmy is sitting in prison. He's kind of got a good life going on, but he's still got to serve 10 years. But he is given this chance. He was introduced to the prosecution to help them out with the case. So basically what had happened is some of the paperwork that was filed on Larry's conviction, they came back and basically there's an appeal saying the paperwork wasn't filed correctly. You find a lot of mistakes inside the paperwork. They say that his confession was coerced. So there is chance that Larry could potentially walk and get away with this murder scot-free. So there's always that lingering on him. So they wanted someone to transfer in, befriend Larry Hall, and to get a confession from him. And so in return, they guaranteed Jimmy that he would be granted freedom if they can get a confession from Hall and lead to them finding one of the bodies. This show, as far as me watching it, man, I seriously did as I was watching because I knew I wanted to do a video on it after the first episode that I watched. I knew I wanted to get on here and make a video. I just knew I was super late. But as I'm watching this show, I was legit just trying to find something that I didn't like about the show, just to try to have one thing to say, and I truly cannot. This is 100% one of the best shows I've ever seen as far as just timing and pacing of the show. Like I said, it's only 6 episodes, so it's a quick watch. You can watch it pretty much in one day, one setting if you want to. But just each character in its own right just is just such a delight and pleasure to watch them working. You have 2 different timelines going on in a lot of the show. You have the 1994 of like the investigation of them trying to find the first, the first conviction of Larry Hall. Then you have the present day where Keene and Hall are in prison together, and both these storylines are going on at the same time. But what I love about it is they do a smooth transition to let you know. I mean, it'll jump, but you know which timeline you're in as you're watching the show. As far as for me, seeing the acting ability of Paul Walker Hauser, the guy that plays Larry Hall, there's times in here where I forget that I am watching a TV show, and I feel like I'm watching a documentary on a serial killer. That's how well he plays this role, to a T. I mean, just how well he plays this role, just so amazing. When he's talking on screen, and just the dialogue between Jimmy and Larry just on screen, you're just so captivated, and like you're so sucked into everything they say, because Larry is he's not at the right mindset. Like I said, he is not mentally stable. So you never know what he's going to do and what kind of reaction, or he may turn at any moment. And you have those altercations, and you see where Jimmy has to change the conversation and kind of switch it back to, appear to be his friend. All that dialogue and all that acting and storyline is just absolutely phenomenal. And to know that also, too, it's a true story is just 100% more captivating for me. I love this show. I thought it was very well done. I thought it was, a true masterpiece. I'm just sorry that it took me a year to watch this show. But I'm not going to have any spoilers, like I said. I highly, highly suggest you guys go watch this show. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Please let me know if you've seen Blackbird. Please drop me a comment down below and let me know how you felt about it, how you liked it. The TV series is it was a sad, and when it ended, I was very sad. I could have watched this for, probably 6 or 7 seasons just to watch the acting in this. It was that good. But if you've not watched it, I highly recommend it. For me, this show, 100%, 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of the best shows I've seen in a very, very long time, if not in my top 10 ever. So, I'm curious to hear from you guys. But let me know down below, guys, what you think. That's all I have for you guys today. I love you guys. Mom, I love you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.